What's up, concert addicts? Johnny Kinsvater here with Concert Addiction with another country music festival lineup to talk about. This one's going to be the Windy City Smokeout Barbecue and Country Music Festival that happens every year in Chicago. This year's event is taking place in a different spot, but they're bringing just as much, if not a bigger punch, as far as the talent goes on their lineup. Last year's lineup, the headliners were Brothers Osborne, Brett Eldridge, and Brett Young. Pretty big, but this year they're going even bigger. Chris Young, Old Dominion, and Cole Swindell. So all these artists who have headlined their own arena tours at this point and are currently doing that now, they're the headliners, which Brett Young is a great choice to headline an event like this, especially being the first day and everything like that. But he's not nearly as big as Chris Young or Cole Swindell or Old Dominion. So they're definitely going bigger this year. And like I said, it is in a new spot. This says different parking lot, same party. This time it's going to be outside the United Center. And it's going to take place July 12th through the 14th. And so, yeah, we'll break down the headliners. Chris Young just announced another tour, which I have yet to make a video to talk about. That's coming up soon. He has seen great success over the past couple of years, touring by himself and as a pretty heavy supporting act. I feel like that's borderline co-headliner whenever he's opening for somebody. I know he did a track with Jason Aldean not too long ago, and I believe he's played with Dirks and Tim McGraw and things like that too. And he has a super impressive list of hits. For some reason, he just doesn't have the name recognition. But people see this lineup, they Google his name, they're going to start seeing songs that they know right off the bat. For some reason, he's one of these guys that hasn't exploded for some reason. I feel like he should be headlining big giant arenas on tours just based off of the amount of hits that he has. And like I said, he does play smaller arenas and tours pretty successfully, but I feel like he doesn't have the success he deserves, so hopefully that's coming. And he has popped up on a couple of these festival bills, not always as a headliner, but he's headlining this one, so that can only mean good things. And he's not slowing down, which is good too. He puts out a couple hits every single year, and tours strong always, so good move getting him. Old Dominion is this year really doing their first large-scale tour trek as far as headlining their own arenas and festivals and things like that go. They have been touring for quite some time since they debuted in 2015. Really, they started out, I first saw them, they were opening up for the Kenny Chesney, Jason Aldean stadium tour with Cole Swindell and Brantley Gilbert. They weren't even on the bill. They were just up on stage playing before the concert started as everybody was coming in to sit, getting their beer and buying shirts and shit. They were on stage. Nobody was paying attention to them. It was before Break Up With Them had come out. Nobody knew who they were. And here we are a couple years later, and they've announced already 2 or 3 legs of a massive arena tour. They did run into a hiccup a little while ago where their singer had to have leg surgery or something. They had to postpone a couple of dates. But it hasn't, besides that, it hasn't stood in their way at all. Just in this area alone, they're playing 3 of the biggest spots within a brief amount of time. In April, they're playing at the Budweiser Event Center and at the Casper Event Center. And then later in the year, in September, they're playing at Red Rocks. So they're seeing some major success this year, and their tours actually have some good support on them. I believe they're playing with Jordan Davis. And so these guys are blowing up fast, and it's cool to see them in a headline slot on this tour. I think they're just going to keep going up and up because they keep putting out hits. They haven't really had too many duds or anything like that, and they're just on fire right now, so it's a good get, and good for them too. And Cole Swindell has played. He's probably the biggest name on this, if you ask me. He's headline Cheyenne Frontier Days. I saw him last year on the his Another Reason to Drink tour, and with with Dustin Lynch and Lauren Elena. That was my favorite concert I went to last year. Cole Swindell is the artist that I have seen the most times, although I've mostly seen him opening. He just over the past years has started doing headline tours by himself. And he's finding great success in it, and I think he's a great name to headline a festival like this because he's one of the hottest stars of country music right now. And I don't know, I just think it's a good fit for a barbecue festival too, just because of how he is. You know, he's got the ball cap. He just seems like a casual guy. He seems like a casual country music fan, but he's also a country music star. So I think he's a good pick, especially for a festival like this. Then we'll get into the other acts, and we'll just list them real quick. Lanco, Jordan Davis, Ashley McBride, Eli Young Band, Jesse James Decker, and Devin Dawson. Jimmy Allen Fillmore. And that's where I'll stop. There's a couple other on here, but I don't know anything about them. I've never heard of them. It's cool to see unknowns on bills like this, so opening up for acts like Cole Swindell is only going to help a career, and so that's very cool to see that there's all these unknowns on here. But we'll just start, I guess. Lanco has risen. All these artists, besides the Eli Young Band, have really come to prominence just over the past couple of years. So it's cool to see them still having success. Lanco's been around for quite a while. They just started really putting out radio singles and things like this 2 years ago or something like that. But since then, they've been on a lot of these bills. They played at Dierks' event last year in Colorado at, I can't remember where that was at, Buena Vista, I think. And like I said, they're having a lot of success everywhere they go. They've opened for Jake Owen recently in this region, and so good for them. Jordan Davis, as I mentioned, is on tour right now with Old Dominion, so it's no wonder that they've got him for this festival as well. And he's got another song out right now that's being very successful. Ashley McBride is fresh off playing shows with George Strait, so she's on her way to the top for sure. The fact that she has, I think, 0 songs on the radio and she's already opening up for the king of country music, you know she's going places, and you know that she's going to be a great addition to any festival lineup that they can get her on. So good to see her there. Eli Young Band, this is the last one I'll really talk about. I saw Jimmy Allen. He really commands the stage. He brings a fresh flavor kind of to a country music concert. I saw him opening up for John Party, and he brings something new and fresh. So he'll probably be early in the day, whichever day they have him on. But he'll definitely add to. He'll just enhance it for sure. He'll be great at warming up the party. And Devin Dawson as well too. I have yet to see him, but he's playing all over the place now and putting out more songs. He's on his way as well. But Eli Young Band's one I want to talk about because they have popped up on a couple other festival bills, pretty low down on quite a few of them. And I just don't understand why that is. At one point they weren't at the top, but they were pretty popular as far as country music goes in the maybe mid 2000s or early 2010s maybe. But they've kind of dropped off, and they've been playing a lot of bars and honky tonks. The past couple times I've had the opportunity to see them, they've come through and played the Grizzly Rose. And I just think it's interesting because I remember at one point they were playing shows with Rascal Flatts at these giant amphitheaters, and maybe they just don't tour so much, but they put out hit songs all the time still. I guess it's another Chris Young situation. There's not really explaining why they're not bigger. I wish they were, but nonetheless, still cool to see them keep getting work. So yeah, Windy City Smokeout, Barbecue and Country Music Festival, and beer, it says, takes place in Chicago, July 12th through the 14th. I will post a link in the description where you can see the full lineup and buy your tickets and all that stuff. Make sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel. Also check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/concertaddiction, and my website, concertaddiction.com, and never miss anything going on in the world of live music. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time.